G'day everyone and Merry Christmas! Today is Christmas Day, Christmas Eve in Denmark. We call it Juleaften. And basically, I wanted to make this video about how Danish people celebrate Christmas. Not all Danish people, there are of course people who celebrate it differently because of religions or traditions. They have their own and whatnot. That's totally fine. I mean, shouldn't have anything against that, of course. But traditional Danish Christmas is pretty much the same for many people, with small variations. So, without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about Danish Christmas. I'll actually just tell you about how I, as a Dane, celebrate traditional Christmas with my family. And ever since I've been a little boy, it's been the same thing every year. The 24th of September, of December, about 5 or 6 o'clock, it varies, a little bit before dinner time, a part of my family, either my mother's or my father's side, with grandparents also, joins us for a Christmas meal that consists largely of a traditional meat type Danish people eat on Christmas Eve called flæskesteg, which is yeah, that's a funny word, right? Flæskesteg, which is a type of pork, and it's probably eaten like all over the world too. We just use it for eating on Christmas Eve mostly. I mean, people eat it in the summer and I don't know, September also. It depends on what you really want to eat, but mainly that is what is always to find at a Christmas table in Denmark on Christmas Eve. Besides that, traditional dishes are also such things as ducks and what's it called? Turkey. Some people eat turkey. Yeah, I think I've heard about some people serving chicken, but that's not anything I have encountered or really heard about. I just heard about it once, I think. But mainly flæskesteg, and the pork that flæskesteg is the most traditional thing to eat at Danish Christmas. Then with that, side dishes are regular potatoes and brown potatoes, which are basically potatoes that are fried in melted sugar to make them caramelized. Then there's all some types of vegetable and stuff that I basically don't even eat. I just use the gravy that comes from the meat, and put that on top. We just call it brun sauce, which basically just roughly translates to brown sauce. So that's fairly simple. Yeah, that is about the Christmas dinner. After Danish people have had dinner, the way we do it is that we then dance around our Christmas tree after we just like, oh, no, sorry, I'm going too far ahead right there. Then we have something that is also internationally known, I'm pretty sure, called risalamande. It's a dessert that, well, basically it is mostly at Christmas people eat it, but I mean, I love it to bits, and I eat it at summer sometimes if I got time to make it or somebody makes it for me. Risalamande is like it's what's it called? It's rice that is like in a, what's it called? It's not just regular rice. It's like okay, it's like porridge rice made rice made for porridge. That is what it's called. I just had to look it up. Those rice are combined with, I think, whipped cream, some vanilla, sugar, stuff like that. Makes this incredible sweet tasty dessert that some people, I do not do it myself, put heated up cherry sauce on, which most people like. I just don't fancy it really. That's the dessert, and in the dessert is the opportunity to win extra gift, if we call it like that. We have something that we call a mandelgave, which is basically an almond gift if you translate it, and that means that in this risalamande, som kalder det, I was just speaking Danish there, sorry. And basically, in the risalamande that we eat in Denmark at dessert on Christmas Eve, there is one whole almond which is put inside the risalamande, and whoever gets that in their portion of the risotto gets to get the melgeo or almond gift, which is then a bonus gift for that person. Commonly, it's like something everyone can do, is like chocolate, maybe a book sometimes. It's basically what that mostly is. After we've then had the dessert, we move on to dance around the Christmas tree when we've had a break to like settle our stomachs and stuff. When we've danced around the Christmas tree, we mostly sing songs about the birth of Jesus Christ and also Santa Claus. Some of us even sing English, like commonly English songs such as Jingle Bell, Rocking Around the Christmas, stuff like that. That is not uncommon for people to sing on Christmas Eve. But mostly it's also Danish songs with our, well, Danish lyrics and stuff like that. So that's like the main main part of songs that we sing. When we then dance around the Christmas tree for, maybe some people do it for 10 minutes probably, some people do it for half an hour, really, it doesn't matter that much. But when we dance around the Christmas tree, everybody sits down and open presents. Some people do it all at the same time, some people hand out the presents one by one, and everybody watches that person unpack their one gift before moving on to the next gift. That is how we do it, the last part, where somebody picks up like maybe 2 or 3 gifts, hand them out to those 2 or 3 persons there are for. Those people open the gifts, say, thank you so much, it's just what I wished for. Then they move on to the next 3 people to open up until the entire Christmas tree is emptied from gifts below it. Yeah, so when Christmas gifts has been opened, we basically in Denmark just use the rest of the evening to relax, chill, eat leftover food, drink drinks, eat snacks, talk, stuff like that. Somebody people watches Christmas movies also, or well, listen to Christmas music. Basically just having fun, all in all. And then everybody goes home, mostly in the end of the night. And everybody wakes up to what we call Første Juledag, which is basically the first Christmas day, which is the day after Christmas Eve, which would make it the morning of the 25th. And that day is for many just reserved as a relaxy day, where you don't have to do squat. And that's basically what we do all the time. We don't schedule anything from the 25th. Every day, the 25th is just you wake up whenever you want to, you eat whenever you want to. You eat candy for breakfast if that's what you want to. There are no rules except you can't kill each other or harm each other. Yeah, that is how my family mainly celebrates Christmas Eve and in Denmark, and what the Christmas Eve in Denmark mostly is for many people. Somebody would argue that it's a little bit different from that is a lot different probably. I bet some people celebrate a lot different, which is also cool. But all the Christmas Eves I've heard about from all my friends or relatives, or well, basically people I've just met, has mainly revolved around the meet with your family in the evening, have dinner together, eat dessert, dance around Christmas tree, open gifts, everybody has fun, then goes home. 25th is mostly for relaxing, or also some people choose to have what is called a julefrokost in Danish, which means Christmas lunch, which is basically like all type of heated hot food, like some of them are mainly Danish dishes that we eat there, which is really hard to translate to English because I haven't really actually learned the words for it, because they're not really eaten in any nations, like besides mostly Scandinavia, even maybe even Europe. Not really in America or Asia or Russia or Africa or, well, Australia, any other places. So it's kind of hard, but it's like just a bunch of different dishes, and probably like 20, maybe sometimes 15, 20, and people just like take some of it, some of that, a little bit of that on top of that, and something under that, and then eat it, and then drink alcohol, then have fun. And it's basically just like a Christmas at lunchtime, Christmas Eve at lunchtime, and then without gifts, mainly. Some people hand out gifts there, that depends, but mainly it's without that. So yeah, that was Danish Christmas Eve, guys. If you got any questions whatsoever, feel free to hit me up in the comments or write in my email. I don't know why you would actually do that unless it's something very private you want to ask me about. So that's kind of weird. Just write in the comments, please, and I'll be answering them as soon as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. Hope you have a Merry Christmas if you do celebrate Christmas. Happy New Year to everyone who also celebrates that. And all in all, hope you guys have a good time these next few weeks, or well, maybe this weekend. And until I see you again, guys, bye bye. Have a good one.